Parvana's Journey, Chapter 7. I'm leaving tomorrow, Parvana told Asif the next morning. They had all slept outside. Parvana didn't feel like smoothing down the floor of the cave again. She didn't feel like being reminded of her foolishness. Where are you going? Asif asked. To look for my mother. But where are you going to look? Parvana gazed around and picked a direction. Over that way. Why that way? Because it's part of my plan. You have a plan? Of course I have a plan. Parvana's only plan was to keep walking in the hopes of bumping into her mother somewhere. But I see no reason to tell you what it is. I don't want to know anyway. It's probably a stupid plan. It will be wonderful to leave you behind, Parvana thought. How lovely and quiet my days and nights will be. I suppose you think I'm going to come with you. Parvana pretended she didn't hear him. I suppose you think I'd be grateful to go with you. I suppose you think I can't look after myself out here. Parvana kept quiet, feeling very superior for having the patience to not answer back. She decided to wash all the clothes so everything would be clean when she started walking again. Asif kicked at the ground with his one leg. I suppose you'll take the baby. You want me to leave him with you? I don't care. Parvana picked up Hassan and the soiled diapers and carried them down to the stream. She was still scrubbing the first diaper when she heard Asif's crutches coming up behind her. You'll probably walk right by your mother. You'll be walking in one direction and she'll be walking in another, and you'll pass right by each other and keep on walking forever and ever until you both run out of ground to walk on. It makes more sense for you to stay here. Your mother will probably walk by here any day looking for you. In fact, I think she'll come soon, and she'll be very angry when I tell her you couldn't wait around for her. What makes you think my mother will be here soon? Parvana asked. Could he be right? She felt a flicker of hope. Just a feeling. Do you want to take that chance? He doesn't know anything, she realized. He's just talking. She felt disappointed but not surprised. She washed the rest of the diapers and spread them out to dry. I wish you could wash out your own diapers, she said to Hassan. Hassan reached for a shiny stone, ignoring Parvana's complaints. It would probably really annoy you if I came with you, wouldn't it? You're probably wishing and wishing that I'll stay behind. Parvana smoothed the wrinkles out of one of the washed diapers. She didn't say anything. In that case, I'll come, just to annoy you. Parvana felt a strange, surprising relief. She had known deep inside that she wouldn't have been able to leave him behind. Please, don't. Forget it. My mind is made up, and don't try to sneak away without me because I'll catch you and you'll be sorry. The idea of Asif catching up with anything faster than a worm almost made her smile, but she caught herself in time. She got her shoulder bag and sat down to write to her friend. Dear Shazia, we're moving away from here tomorrow. I like staying in one place, but each time I do, it gets harder to leave. After all the moving around that I've done, I should be used to it, but I'm not. We have to leave, though. We're running out of food. We're down to 4 scoops of rice and a bit of oil. I don't know if there will be food where we're going, but I do know there won't be any more here. Maybe we'll find a really wonderful place with lots of food and grown-ups who can look after Hassan and a room I can sleep in that's far away from everyone who bothers me. Was I always this grumpy? I hope there's lots of food where you are. I wish you could send us some. Until next time, your friend, Parvana. The next morning, Parvana washed out the diapers Hassan had dirtied again and wrapped them in a cloth. She would spread them out to dry when they stopped for a rest. She started to bundle up the food. What if there's no water where we're going? How will you cook the rice? You didn't think of that, did you? She hadn't, although she hated to admit it. She took the cook pot out of the bundle. I guess I should cook it all up now. I don't like to do that. I don't know how long it will last without growing moldy if it's cooked. We'll eat it before it gets moldy. There's not that much left. Parvana knew he was right. 4 little cups of rice would not last long with 2 children and 1 baby eating it. She gathered some grasses and dried weeds. Asif broke them into the right size, struck a match, and soon had a fire going. Parvana fetched water, and they cooked the rice. We could eat some while it's hot, couldn't we? Asif asked. Parvana thought that would be a good idea. We'll only eat a little bit. It's got to last until we find more food." They ate the hot rice right out of the pot. Hassan sat on Asif's lap, and Asif fed him too. It seemed like they had just started eating when Parvana noticed the pot was only half filled with rice. "Stop eating!" she cried, snatching the pot away from Asif's hands. "This has got to last." "Why did you eat so much then?" "Don't blame me. You're the one who kept shoveling it in as if we were rich people with bags of rice all over the place." Parvana flung her arms so violently in anger that the pot of rice slipped out of her fingers and flew off into the dirt. It landed bottom up. Neither child spoke. They stared at the upturned pot. After a long, terrible moment, Parvana walked over to the pot and carefully lifted it up. Most of the rice was still stuck to the bottom. She must have cooked it too long. There was still some rice on the ground. Asif shuffled over on his behind, and together they picked up the rice, grain by grain, and put it back in the pot. When everything was packed up, Parvana took out her notebook. "Dear Shazia, I hate it when I make things worse. Why do I behave so badly? Why can't I be nice?" She helped Asif stand up, picked up the bundles and the baby, and the children walked away from the cave. They didn't look back.